Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe. Pardon the mess. I'm doing a little reorganization in here before the spring season kicks off. Got backpacking trips and stuff planned, so I was going through some gear, swapping out winter gear that I won't be needing much longer for summer gear. And today we have a video, like I promised you guys. I have an email that was sent in from a subscriber, and the best that I can verify, this is a pretty legit email from a subscriber. I know. Some of you guys may be skeptical. I'm skeptical myself, but I did promise I would read it and go through these. I asked a few months back for you guys to send these emails, and some of them have been pouring in. I'm trying to work my way through some of them. Some of them I can't really share. Some of them I can, but we're going to go through this. And this is an encounter that a subscriber had in kind of in the back country with their father. Me emailing back and forth. I have a little bit more context to this video or this letter that I'm going to add in this video towards the end of it. But we're going to go through it, and let me know in the comment section what you guys think and your take on this, because yeah, I have some crazy people in the comment section, but some of you guys are actually pretty smart, and I want to hear what you got in the comment section below, and let me know what you think. All right, so here we go. This was in my inbox. It was terrifying encounter, Bigfoot attack in the Sierra Nevada mountains. I've been there quite a few times in the Sierra Nevada mountains. Beautiful country, beautiful country. We're going to go through this email, and you may get some commentary on mine on the end of it. I was told by the person that sent this not to hold back my opinions, whether it be if I agree with them or mockery or whatever. They gave me full permission to read this and either laugh at them or say, I think there could be something to this. So we'll dive into it, okay? It says, Dear Mountain Adventure Channel, I hope this email finds you well. I'm reaching out to share my bone-chilling tale from my childhood that still haunts me to this day. It's a story of terror, survival, and an encounter with the unknown lurking in the depths of the northern Sierra Mountains. I do not want to say exactly where, due to the fact that I still have friends and family that own property in this location, and I would prefer it to maintain itself anonymous. I'm fine with sharing you if you would like to know the location, which they did share the location to me, and I know the exact location of where the general vicinity on where this took place, okay? Growing up, my family owned a cozy cabin nestled deep in the heart of the Sierra Nevada wilderness. It was our sanctuary, a place where we sought refuge from the hustle and bustle of city life in Sacramento, or the outskirts of Sacramento. However, our tranquil haven soon turned into a nightmare when we encountered something beyond our wildest imagination. It was a crisp autumn evening when the first sign of trouble emerged. Strange noises echoed through the dense forest surrounding our cabin, causing an uneasy tension to settle over us. My parents brushed it off as sounds of wildlife, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something sinister lurked in the shadows. As the night deepened, the noise grew louder and more menacing. Branches snapped, leaves rustled, and an eerie sense of dread filled the air in my cabin bedroom. Suddenly, a blood-curdling howl pierced the silence, sending shivers down my spine. My parents exchanged worried glances from across the cabin, realizing that whatever lurked outside was no ordinary creature. As the night wore on, the atmosphere grew increasingly nervous. Shadows danced ominously across the walls as my parents were trying to move about the cabin and look outside the windows, trying to assess what was going on. Just when we thought things couldn't get any worse, we heard heavy footsteps thundering towards the cabin, accompanied by a gurgle, grunts, and howls. Panic ensued as we scrambled to barricade the door and windows. My father, excessively worried, for the first time in my life, I seen confusion and panic on what at the time was a very strong man in my eyes. With a deafening crash, we heard something hit the walls of the cabin. My father did not normally carry a firearm, but he did leave a old rickety shotgun that was my grandfather's at the cabin, and I'm not quite sure when it was originally there, but the best of my memory serves, it was always located at the cabin. In that moment of sheer terror, the time seemed to stand still as we worried and faced off with the noises outside. Suddenly, from the shadow of the forest, with flashlight in hand, my father panned across outside the window, and we seen the outline of a tall, looming, shadowy figure outside of the cabin. We huddled together by the fire, getting more wood, hoping to get more light. This was simply an off-grid cabin. At the time, we had nothing more than kerosene lanterns and a few battery-powered flashlights. But suddenly, as the chaos ensued, it disappeared and vanished into the darkness, leaving us shaken but alive. We spent the remainder of the night in terrified silence, my father gripping the old shotgun that none of us even knew worked or not. To this day, the memory of that harrowing encounter still sends chills down my spine. It's a reminder to me that there are things out in nature that we do not understand. Regardless, I still enjoy the great outdoors, predominantly in the Sierra Nevada mountains, where I have many fond memories. I often wonder what exactly happened that night, and still to this day think about that encounter and the terror that I seen on my parents' face that will haunt me for the rest of my life. Thank you for taking time to read my story. I hope it serves as a cautionary tale for those who dare venture into the wilderness and remote areas, especially in the Sierra Mountains, unprepared and uncautious. Best regards. So, there you have it. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so I said I would give my unbridled opinion. The stuff kind of checks out. In a previous email, they did clarify that this took place in the latter part of the 80s. So obviously there was no cell phone cameras and stuff at that time. Yeah, so if you guys have stories and you'd like to hear them, send them in. I will read them. Honestly, with this one, a few things that I have questions on, and I told this individual, and they sent it, like I said, full well and knowing that I would question some stuff, and it's not an attack on them, but in my analytical mind, my question is, A, do you have any kind of at least hearsay proof of anything happening between other people coming to this area? You know, I need some more context. I did ask them these questions. They did bring out and said that their father at the time went back and talked to their dad because it was a family cabin, obviously, and basically they went back. His dad went back and talked to his grandfather. His grandfather said that he had never had any kind of encounters there, but they did hear some really strange things when he was younger and odd things happening in the woods, trees falling down for no reason, stuff like that. So I'm guessing, I probably should have asked this, but they did say that, so, you know, this individual was, 10 years old or 9 years old at the time in the 80s. So the dates on this, I don't want to give too much information, but the date on this was 1987. They were 10 years old at the time. So I'm assuming the dad, at that time was probably 30 or 40 years old, I'm guessing. So the grandfather would have been there in the early, probably when the grandfather was younger is what was relayed to him. So that would put it in, the 30s and 40s roughly, probably. So you have I guess, if you're going to go factual on this and believe this at face value, this was a long, lengthy encounter at this cabin. They did say the cabin, since then, it's still there, but it had to be remodeled and redone, and now a lot of other cabins are there in the area, and nothing ever happens. So, but we do know that, the Pacific Crest Trail, people have said they've seen some weird stuff doing the Pacific Crest Trail. That's a Bigfoot hotspot, I guess, in the Sierra Nevadas. So, who knows? Interesting story. Yeah, I mean, what more can you say about it? I mean, yeah. So I do know other people that have had incidents in other places before. Maybe we'll talk about it. But I did put this out for people to put crazy stuff that's happened in the mountains, whether it be camping, backpacking, staying in cabins or whatever. So there's just one of the stories that was sent in from a subscriber. And I don't really have enough evidence to say it didn't happen. And I don't really have a whole lot of evidence to say it did happen. But, you know, I got to take it at face value. So very peculiar, very peculiar. All right, so quick video. If you like these videos, let me know in the comment section what you think about it. And obviously, we are going to return to your normal programming of gear reviews and footage from being up in the mountains. Just thought I would add this in for a little spice. If you want me to do more of these videos, let me know in the comment section. And we will see you on the next video.